Hello guys, right, today we are changing the spark plugs and the ignition coils on my Audi TT. Now, I'm trying out the new mic today and the new gimbal today, so this should be good. We have the bins to join in today, but anyway, let's get straight into it. Now, a few things that you would need, obviously the ignition coils. I've got these new higher performance ones. I got these, which I cannot wait to put on. These are gonna be so good to put on. And then obviously 4 new spark plugs. And you're going to need a torque wrench because it needs to be, I think it's 28 Newton meters or whatever it is, when you put it back in. So let's get straight into it.
So first of all, guys, take your engine cover off, and then there is actually meant to be some screws here to hold in the wires. Mine are missing, so whoever did it before did something. I think they changed the spark plugs, didn't bother putting the screws back in, which so thanks for that. So you obviously just clip off the connectors, move them out of the way if you can. Now, you can actually get coil removers. I didn't, because I thought I could do it without. This was so extremely hard and destroyed my hands, or hurt my hands trying to do it. So if you can, get some coil removers, because it's annoying. So I was trying to use panel tools to take it off, but it is, as you can see, I've even got like a little wrench to try to get off. It is so ridiculously hard because they are stuck on top of the spark plug. So yeah, I had a system to do after this. Now, at the end of the day, leverage is always going to win. So what I'm doing is using 2 screwdrivers and push them against each other just to force it up and out.
Got that first one out. Doesn't actually look that bad, you know. That one actually looks quite good. But at least I know I can keep these for spares, or especially this one. A few little bits, but all right, let's go on to the next one.
Now, if you can, guys, try and get rid of any dust or bits or anything. You do not want that falling into where the spark plugs need to go. You really don't want that in there, so just try and get rid of anything if you can. So once I've done that, a little system of just kind of getting it up as much as I can, then using the 2 screwdrivers as a little leverage to pull this up.
Oh, yeah. Right, second one out. Once again, still doesn't look that bad. Now, I am replacing them for higher performance ones, but these are actually still good, so I can, like I said, if I need a backup, I can still use these. Whew.
Now, these next ones, there's a little bit of a problem. This giant block that's here is in the way, so we couldn't use the system I have. So I came up with a weird idea.
Now, I've just had an idea. Don't know if it's going to work right. Of using a zip tie. I want to get a few of them. I need to find the rest. Getting a zip tie, getting it underneath it and just pulling up. See if it works.
I wish I had that cool tool, because this was so incredibly hard. It was ridiculous trying to get these 2 out. Tried to get my the screwdrivers back in when I could, just to pry it up using the zip ties, but then I actually used another tool which works extremely easy.
Right, I actually did this one. What I ended up using was this torque wrench, and obviously just using leverage. Put it underneath, and then obviously we got it out with the zip ties, and then kind of did that. I've just done that and then popped out. That is so difficult, but I've still got one more. There, once again, that one is a little bit there, but it's still pretty good. Of course, the last one is going to be the hardest one, because if you look at it, it is right against this bolt, and then you got this here. So yeah, this is going to be very, very hard.
Now, I thought this was going to be the hardest one, but usually by the end of you get to a project, you have a little system that works out. So it was actually easier.
Oh, gosh. Look how much easier that one was. I actually thought it was going to be the hardest one, but we got it off. And once again, not too bad. Right, mic back on. This is the part I'm looking forward to the most, actually. Getting them out, because I'm intrigued to know what they look like. Now, all my zip ties and stuff here. Get rid of these now. Now, they may not be that bad, actually. Now, the guy who had the car before me looked at the car really well, so they might actually not be that bad. So let's get them out and have a look. Now, you may have seen, I'm just using the normal wrench for this bit, because I keep the torque one for when we do it, but just to loosen them and get them out. I've got the magnetic 16mm cap in the end. I can't even talk. That last thing did me in. I don't know if that's off. That's not off yet, is it? Yeah, honestly, that did me in. Yeah, and that's off. Right, is that off? No, still not off. It's that one there. Whew, that one was tricky. Right, here we go. First one out. Look, not actually that bad. Like I said, they're you kept it in pretty good nick. I can honestly keep these. Like, that's honestly not that bad at all. Yeah, it's a little bit burnt out in the end. Let's get the next ones out. Now, I don't know why I couldn't say it before, 16mm socket in the end. I just don't know what was going on the last one. Now, two of my mates are actually mechanics. They've been most of their life, so they're probably looking at me going, oh, what's he doing with his car? But spark plug, I know how to change spark plugs, so we're fine right now, and I really want to get these done. Like I said, and I've got a few other things to change the car as well. I've got new parts on the way. Just to improve, you know, on the car and just make sure it's all pristine and beautiful. Right, I think that is out. That is out. Let's check this one. Same, not that bad actually. You know, not terrible, not like shocking or anything like that, but pardon the pun. Right, next one. Let's check this one. Okay, that one, once again, that one's probably even better. I don't think he changed these not long ago, but I just wanted to get them all changed. Like I said, if I really need some spares, I have spares now, because these actually aren't that bad. So, right, and the last one, once again, all of them not terrible, but they're not the best, are they? But they're not terrible. Right, now it's time to get the new ones in. Right, now the old ones are out, we've got to get the new spark plugs in. And like I said, those old ones, they didn't seem actually that bad, but while I was changing the ignition coils, which I want to do anyway, I might as well change the spark plugs at the same time. It's just best to do. This car is 2012. Like I said, I don't think he changed them that long ago, but I've got spares if I really need them. And it's just best to swap for new in it. So right, so here we have a torque wrench. Now it has to be 28 Newton meters to tighten it back on. So obviously this is like a magnetic socket, so it just holds it in place. Pop it in. As soon as you feel the click, that should be in, and then we put the coil on top. Boom, done. Connect it back in. Once we've done all of them, we should be finished. So let's get it on.
Now, I can't believe this next bit happens. I actually get a delivery whilst I'm doing this, so you hear me running for the delivery guy to catch him in time.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I'll go through. Yeah. Yeah, cheers, mate. Right, here we go. Right, we got to the bit. So, no, not yet. Not yet. There it is. Right there. That's the torque. Take it out. That one's done. Move on to, well, I'm actually going to put the coil on it because I don't want any dirt getting in. I want to try to do it as quick as I can. I don't want any dust or dust getting in there. So here are the new ones from Progressive Parts. I love them. New performance ones should be better. Let's get them in. Sorry. Right. So I'm so out of breath. I've got to start working out. Right, let's get that in. Pop that on top. There we go. That one is on and done. Moving to the next ones.
So once again, pop the spark plug on the end of the socket, get it inside. Now, just be careful while you're doing this, but all you got to do, remember, 28 Newton meters. Just keep twisting it until you hear that click noise.
By the way, if anyone's wondering, these are HDR VSIC 12s. Like I said, I got them from Progressive Parts. I will put a link in the bio. I'm not sponsored by them. Hey, Progressive Parts, sponsor me. But yeah, these are good, nice high performance ones that have been recommended and that I've seen. So these are the ones going in. That one's on too. Nice.
Now, something happened here on the next one that I actually didn't expect.
Oh no. Whew. Careful of that. Even though this is magnetic, it actually came off the bar. So that's great, but obviously just put it in, click it on, come straight out. Put this coil on. And then the last, oh, this is the tricky one here. Then the last one after this, and that'll actually be done. Now, if anyone's ever wondering, like, when did I take spark plugs out? So I, as a kid, always used to like, there we go, it's on. As a kid, I used to like take the VCR apart. And, you know, I wanted to know how things work. So I remember taking the VCR apart when I was like 6 or 8 years old. I remember my dad freaking out. Yes, VCR, yes, I am that old. And I want to know how things work. So when I got my first car, I remember taking the spark plugs out and working out how to do them. And so I have seen how to do it. And then obviously online is very helpful, like the video I'm doing. Right, now I've got to get these connectors in. Now, annoyingly, yeah, my screws are missing from here. I don't know where they are. Oh, bloody hell, it's just going to be one of those things where I can't get it on because that, nah, it's fine. All right, let's get these in and on. It should be fine. We'll test it out. Right, that one's on. Just double check they're on. And that's it. Now, I want to find out I've got to find out what screws they are and put them in. They're just missing. So that obviously, like I said before, that shows to me that the spark plugs were changed before, but I just want to put new ones in anyway. They all seem fine. And that is it. The spark plugs and the new initial coils are in, but I'm going to start the car up. Let's see how it sounds. Fingers crossed. Seems to be fine to me. I hope you can hear me for the mic, but sounds good. Nothing's popping out or like freaking out. Success! All right, guys, that is it. We are actually done. Spark plugs in, ignition coils in as well. Now, I said I've got some other things coming very soon to install, but thank you so much if you watched this video. If you got any questions, please comment them down below. This is a new journey of mine with this Audi, and I'm doing bit by bit. If you haven't seen, I've done no videos on changing the wing mirrors, side skirts, put a spoiler on. I've got so many things. I've got a new grille. I've got a new front splitter that I've wrapped terribly. And I've got many things on the way that I'm putting on the Audi. So if you want any tips or anything, or follow this journey, please subscribe, drop a like on this if you can. I really appreciate it. Take care, guys. See you guys soon.